didn't see you there. What's that? Oh, you want to hear about my LARP? Okay, well, it just so happens that I have a presentation right here about my LARP. So I'll get started. I decided that PLC stands for People Love Collaborating. Isn't that nice? So, to start off with an introduction of my school, I work at a continuation school. It's approximately 150 students. These students are at the school for various reasons. Most of them are transfers from the larger, more comprehensive school in the district. Some are voluntary, some are involuntary. Most are sent for or referred for disciplinary reasons. Either it was truancy, attendance, or just whatever disciplinary issue the comprehensive high school decided to send them over here for. Because we have students constantly coming in and we have students transferring back to the comprehensive high school, our demographics are constantly changing. Approximately, we have 70% of our students are African American, 25% Latino and Latina, and 5% are white nation. But again, this population is transient, it's constantly changing, but this is just kind of a vague estimation of our student body. Our staff includes 18 teachers and support staff. Of these teachers and support staff, 8 are African American here in the blue, 3 biracial and multiracial in the red, 3 white in the green, 2 Latino, 1 Asian American, and 1 Indian. Oh, that's me. Enough of that. Next, our gender breakdown is 8 male and 10 female. So, to start with the needs assessment, my role here is as a science teacher. And the reason why I started to think about PLCs and collaboration was because of a story that I've told before, but I'll say it again. During last year's Casey, I was proctoring the math portion, and a student came and called me over and asked for help. So I went over there, and the question that the student was looking at looked exactly like a physics problem, one that he had solved in my class I don't know how many times. And so I told him, I said, look, this looks exactly like a problem in physics class. And he said, Mr. Kunal, this is not a physics class, this is math. And I said, okay, just pretend for a second that it's physics and do the problem as if it was a physics problem. And he couldn't do it. And he skipped the problem, and I don't know that he came back to the problem at all. And so my thought was that why is it that math and science is so similar in so many ways, but these students are not able to transfer any of this knowledge between classrooms? The school itself, the staff culture has a very great informal communication structure. Well, I wouldn't call it a structure, but there's great informal communication going on between staff. Very collegial, very friendly, always sharing ideas, sharing practices. And so it gives me a great place to start working on this PLC. And so the problem, though, lies in that the collaboration is left up to the teacher solely. Hargreaves says that to force collaboration is contrived collegiality. And so we have to strive for collaborative working relationships. And so that's something that so long as the teachers are allowed to create their space and there's accountability for what they do, going back to Elmore, we might actually be able to create structures around communication instead of just having informal communication. And Elmore also said, the reason I'm citing right here is that the general culture is that we're accountable to students. But as Elmore said, accountability to students is actually just teacher responsibility. It's not real accountability because students don't really have any authority over us as teachers. And so, my question is, will students' ability to transfer knowledge, coming from Dwight Perkins' work on transfer of knowledge, or transfer of learning, improve with teacher collaboration? And so I'm working with 3 other teachers in the math and sciences, 2 math teachers and 1 science teacher. And I want to create a PLC to formalize that collaboration. Perkins talked about high road transfer and low road transfer, And my working theory is that improvement with high road transfer, or kind of metacognitive transfer, will help student achievement. As far as garnering buy-in, I have no positional authority in the school, and as a matter of fact, I'm the newest of all of the math and science teachers, and so my clout, as it were, is limited. But the teachers in the department do feel a very strong commitment to improve student learning, and there's a great sense of equity among the teachers in the school. And so my being kind of the most junior of the teachers I don't think will present much of a problem. And so some of the proximal contextual factors, other than my own proximal factor being the newest of the four, 2 of the 3 teachers are new fathers that have infants at home, so their commitment for extra hours will probably be extremely limited, and so it will be up to me to figure out how to work this through within school hours. And also, one of the teachers indicated that he is thinking of moving in a different direction after the end of this year, and so I imagine that his investment in this whole process will probably be pretty limited. The administration has been very supportive of what I want to do, and so that's created kind of a supportive structure for me in order to be able to do my work. One of the contextual factors is that the CST scores, the Casey scores, and pass rates have been improving the last few years. Students have been starting to go to college, which has not happened before at VTech, and so there may be a sense that things are improving without this PLC model, without all of this stuff. So why even go there? Why, like, things are working right now, so why go there? So, sorry. So my theory of action, what am I doing and why am I doing it? So Schmoker calls the PLC model essential to redefining school leadership, and he says that the new design of leadership should be designed around PLCs, formalized professional learning communities. And this relates directly to distributed leadership, which we discussed way back when. And these collaborative, the reason why we're looking at structures, or I'm looking at formal structures, is Cruz noted that allowing teachers the time and the resources to be able to collaborate may help, but it doesn't necessarily improve instruction. And so to actually create a structure that you can kind of depend on, you can kind of look to, will hopefully help to create that collaborative culture.